sitting on the floor, sticking bugs up your bum. Hey, now it's time to have some real fun on the Fun Time Show. That's this one. This one, kids. This is the Fun Time Show. So shut your fucking little mouths and let's all get along on the Getting Along show. Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's fucking move on, kids. I'm Uncle fucking, you know my name, kids. You know who I am. You came to this show, you clicked on the fucking link, you fucking looked at the descriptor on the fucking file. You're cool with what's going on. You know that I'm your old pal, Uncle Thermos, Uncle Loose Change, Uncle hashtag That's So Raven. And this is my show. So that's why I get to say whatever the fuck I want, because it's my show, not yours. That's the theme of that's not the theme of today's show. Theme of today's show, kids, is I'm doing another. It's not a product review. It's a review of a piece of media that I like. Remember the other day when I was talking about The Matrix? Oh man, that was a great episode. You should go back and listen to it again, because you probably missed some shit. There's probably some extra shit in it that you missed out on, so go listen to that. But in the meantime, kids, fucking today, I wanted to talk about fucking Watchmen. The Watchmen. No, it's just Watchmen. It's not The Watchmen, isn't it? Oh my god, I don't even know now. I've gotten myself so confused. Anyways, kids, written by Alan Moore and drawn by Dave Gibbons. They published it through DC Comics back in, I'm not really sure. I forgot to look that up. It's not sitting in front of me right now. It's sort of relevant to the story, to the times, kids. It was relevant to its times. It was a story about fucking nuclear annihilation. And it was a story about fucking humanity and people. And it was also... here's the thing, kids. Let's have some context. You want to just know what it's fucking about? It's a fucking mystery story and a murder mystery and fucking all this shit about superheroes and... Here's the deal. Alan Moore, he's a cool guy. He was into comic books, and he was writing and drawing a funny little comic strip for a while, and then he was a British guy, so he started writing comics for 2000 AD. He worked for, that's the comic company out there. He'd write short stories. In 2000 AD, they'd hook them up with artists, and then they'd publish them in weekly or monthly little magazines. Hey, you be quiet out there, little birds. Little birds, you be quiet. Anyway, Alan Moore. He so he got real popular. His stories were considered to be some of the best stories anybody was writing right then. And because he was so popular, fucking North American companies like DC Comics over here in fucking New York City. New York. That's where the Gremlins went when they went to the sequel to Gremlins 1. In Gremlins 2, they fucking went to New York. So kids, so Alan Moore gets hired, and they're fucking like, Alan Moore, you're such a fucking crazy genius. Why don't you tell some crazy stories? Here, have Swamp Thing. We're not fucking doing nothing with it. You fucking do it and do some crazy shit. And he did some crazy shit, and people were like, holy fuck, man. Like, bam, pow. Comics aren't just for kids anymore. Fucking, I could just kill myself. Well, fuck, what was I? What are we... So Alan Moore, after he writes Swamp Thing's real popular. Everybody's like, damn, that fucking book's awesome. He does some other shit. He does some short stories. He does like a Batman story. He does some other stuff. And then he gets a chance to do a big, epic 12-issue saga. It's a big thing that he wants to do. And the origin for this story, and it's like comparing oranges and apples. Why did I have to do that? Alan Moore was looking at comic books, and he was looking at how comic books were slowly getting co-opted by big mainstream media like film and television. And Alan Moore was looking at the way scripts were produced, and he was noticing that if people just saw comic books as a stepping stone for making things live action or cartoons, then all comic books would ever be is movies that lacked motion. And he thought that a comic book was much more than just that. He thought that there were other things a comic book could do and other things a comic book could be that a movie could never be. Just like a painting is different from a movie, just like a song is different from... What's a song different from? What is another form of art? A sculpture. A song is not like these are all different forms of art, and comic books are a unique form of art. They're not fucking just prose. They're not just fucking pictures. They're fucking linear storytelling with images and words, and I mean, we talked about this before. What are fucking words? But pictures that represent a language. Like, it's all just fucking shit that represents shit, you know? So, like, why does it just have to be shitty movies? Why does it just have to be like, oh man, like fucking, this is a cool story, but it would be real cool if they had a budget and they could fucking like have Superman come fucking flying out of the sky and just fucking like fart rainbows into fucking Doomsday's nostrils, and then Doomsday's all like fucking, why was I such a piece of shit my whole life? That fucking makes those things good, right? Fucking legitimacy of live action. Well, Alan Moore, he said, fuck all that shit. That's exactly what he said, and it's exactly what he did. And he started trying to figure out what only comic books could do that you couldn't do in anything else. He started looking at the ways that time and the mind, linear, fucking sequential storytelling flow across the page, and yet how it's not that fucking difficult to turn a page backwards and look at what was happening on the subsequent. Like each page is kind of a unique piece of art in and of itself, but there are also 22 pages, and there's so much fucking going on. So they started working with a 9-panel grid. That's a big part of what Watchmen was. It was fucking three rows of 3 panels, 3 columns of 3 panels. Fucking, the whole book is like that. It's all fucking spaced out that way. They don't fucking break out of that. Like, sometimes they'll have one panel that takes up 2 spaces, but they don't. It's all fucking formulated, kids. So what's the point? Fucking Watchmen wound up being incredibly fucking successful. And here's the thing, kids. Here's the thing. The thing that made Watchmen really special is that a really intelligent artist, and I'm talking about Alan Moore. I mean, David Gibbons is an incredibly intelligent artist as well, who works really hard. But I am talking about the artist and author, Alan Moore. He put a lot of work. He put a lot of thought into something. And that's what makes it special. The hard work. You can see all the effort that he fucking put into all the little fine details and how it all flows together. And he is an intelligent guy. It's not just that somebody like fucking, like, I could fucking work real hard at something. It's still not going to be good. But fucking Alan Moore is a fucking, like, he's a Zen Kung Fu master of the fucking comic book page. He's loyal to it. He thinks about what's going on, and he fucking thinks about it with the whole of his being, and he just does the best work that he does so he can be proud of it. So then, when it was really popular, and people were like, whoa, fucking, I want my book to be popular, I'm gonna fucking do what he did. They don't take the part where he did a whole bunch of hard work and fucking learned his craft. They just look at the superficial elements of like, whoa, man, this story's about fucking superheroes fucking raping people and kicking ass. I should fucking put fucking rape and fucking blood and murder and shit into my fucking stupid comic book about superheroes. It's like, oh, you missed the motherfucking point, man. The point was to put hard work into what you're doing. The point was to put intelligent, creative thought into what you're doing. The point was not just to emulate. It wasn't just to fucking put characters in fucking raincoats and have them fucking give first-person narration dialogue about how shitty the world is. That's an aspect of Watchmen, but what made Watchmen great isn't what it's about. It's not the fucking characters. It's the fucking effort that went in to make it something unique and special. Is the fucking forethought that went into it. The fucking, like, this motherfucker sat down and fucking wrote down plans and schemes and ideas and fucking probably worked with some good editors as well. Like, he probably wasn't all alone in the world. He probably had a little bit of help, you know? And fucking, again, Dave Gibbons, man, that motherfucker knows how to draw a motherfucking comic book page. He works on one of your scripts, man. He'll make you like a motherfucking famous motherfucker. He knows what he's fucking doing and shit. So Watchmen wound up being this successful thing. And here's the thing. Alan Moore wound up, they're all original creations that he came up with. And if you're a story writer and you publish a book, generally speaking, you still own the rights to that book. Like, the publisher publishes it, but it's your fucking story and you fucking own it. And DC Comics, they're not like that. They're like, oh, we're a publisher, but if we publish you, we own you. So fucking one of the editors said to Alan Moore of like, hey man, here's the deal. Like, we'll own this the first time it's out, but as soon as it goes out of print, like we'll print, whatever, one realm of fucking graphic novels. And once we're done that, it'll be yours and you'll own it and you can do whatever you want with it from there on out. And Alan Moore was like, cool, thanks, man. And then fucking somebody else came in charge and they were like, nah, we're not going to do that. This was really successful. And one of the inside jokes is like, oh, the book just never went out of print. Like, they just kept it around. It's one of the most successful selling graphic novels of all fucking time, in North America at least. And so it goes. And, Alan Moore is a little like, I don't think it's the fucking money that bugs him. I think it's just that fucking somebody said they were going to do a thing, and then they didn't do that fucking thing they said they were going to do. So, fucking fuck those guys, man. Like, fucking, why can't people be good? Why can't people just, not be fucking assholes? Like, fucking, you don't need to own that shit, DC Comics. Fucking give it to Alan Moore. He came up with it. They're his fucking characters. Oh, well, they were kind of based on some Charlton characters that DC had acquired through somebody else. Don't give me that fucking garbage. I mean, that's true, but fucking, they're basically original creations. Nobody needs to know who those Charlton characters are. And if anything, they're now more like what he fucking did than what they fucking were in the first place. So, man, fucking, fuck you and fuck that shit, man. Fuck the North American Publishing Association, if that's what publishing is. And fuck you too. I'm quoting Bill Hicks, except I'm doing it wrong and I'm doing it for a joke, kids. Don't take me seriously. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the world, kids. This fucking world we live in, man. Fucking, you can write your fucking soul down on a page and somebody will be like, well, I own that now and I'm gonna use it to sell fucking Hallmark greeting cards. So you can go eat a big piece of poop. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna go home and cry to your mom and dad about it? Fucking, they don't want to hear that shit, man. They got problems of their own, just like Flavor Flav, man. And me, man, you know me, man. Kids, I don't got no problems, man. I'm having a good time. I'm Uncle fucking fucking who's a face? Uncle Big Butt McGee, they call me. Uncle Dancing the Charlton. Uncle Booger Nose. And this, oh man, kids, this is being just another fucking exciting episode of, well, you know me, I like doing these programs. Kids is the best part of my week when I get to sit down with you kids. It truly is. It's a really fucking special part of my fucking life I get to share. I've gone through fucking great wars with myself to fucking, live a good life. And now I get to pass those lessons of my good life on to you kids. That's the best I can ever fucking hope for. That's the best I can ever hope to achieve, children. And maybe if I'm real good, somebody will give me a cookie later, and that'll be my great reward. Will be a cookie. So that's another fucking. Are we done? I think we're wrapping up, kids. I think that's gonna be. Kids, I'm Uncle fucking. Whoa. I think Alan Moore is a pretty cool guy. I think he writes some cool stories. I think he's got some cool ideas. I've heard him talk about stuff, and he's got a big old open mind full of crazy ideas. I wish I could metaphorically eat his brain, not like a real fucking eat his brain, like I was a zombie or some dumb shit like that. But like if there was a cake that contained the essence of Alan Moore's thoughts, man, I would fucking eat that cake. I bet it would be fucking delicious. Anyways, kids. thank you so much for being a part of my Fun Time Learn Stuff show, and we'll catch you on the flippity floop, you little fucking monsters.